I need to introduce you to Dr. Huey. That's him right there. Actually, I just realized that this is a very appropriate shirt for what we're about to talk about. Because Dr. Huey is a plant, specifically it's a variety of rose that, well, it's really problematic. And it's actually one of the most widespread varieties of roses in North America. And not because people love it, it's because rose farmers love this plant. It's a very vigorous, kind of rambling, climbing style rose, and it's well known for these velvety red flowers with kind of a light yellow center. Right now it's actually looking really pretty, but these blooms don't last very long, and then it's just kind of a mess after it's done blooming in the spring. The problem with Dr. Huey roses, though, is that people don't buy them, except they do buy them, they just don't know that they're buying them. That's because Dr. Huey Rose is the most widespread rose variety that's used for rootstock on roses. The majority of roses that you see on the market today are actually grafted roses. So what they do is they take those rose canes and they graft them to a different rootstock. Normally they use this one called Dr. Huey. And the reason why they graft the roses to Dr. Huey rootstock is because it allows them to grow and produce roses more quickly and the plants to get to a good market size. It accelerates their growth of those plants because, well, it's a very vigorous rootstock. It's a very vigorous rose. And so it passes those characteristics onto the desirable rose that is grafted on top of it. The only thing is, it doesn't always stay put. So many times people will buy their desirable pink or orange or white roses with the big blooms. And then the following spring, all of a sudden you see that this color bloom starts to appear mixed in with your other roses. And you're like, whoa, somehow my rose has two different types of blooms on it now. What's going on there? Like, is it a miracle or what? How did I all of a sudden end up with a plant that produces two types of flowers? And a lot of people think that is cool, at least initially. But then the Dr. Huey rose grows more and more and more, and it starts producing more branches, and it outgrows the desirable rose that you had purchased. And eventually, it's just going to completely take it over if you don't do something about it. And that's why if in April or May you go for a walk or a drive through your neighborhood, you're going to see Dr. Huey everywhere. It pops up all the time because people don't know that they're supposed to remove the Dr. Huey shoots whenever they appear. So yeah, if you see these intermixed among your desirable roses, you need to trace them all the way back down to the root and remove them wherever they are coming out of that graft on the root. Or else one day you're just going to end up with, something like this, which is just a big Dr. Huey rose, and there is nothing left of the original rose that was planted here years ago.